that cat? Archer. You're just gonna stare at me? Oh.
And rollers. What the hell?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. Happy to have you guys here on a Monday evening. Got two videos to show for you today. And they kind of involve people just not really not really acting like civilized adults in public, you know what I mean? Or in places where they know that they should act with courtesy and being cordial. Hope you guys have been doing well. Hope you guys are had a great weekend. I do want to give you guys an update on Archer. I'm taking him to the vet on Wednesday. He's not really doing so hot, unfortunately. He hasn't been eating, and he's been kind of not keeping his food if he is eating, and not doing so well in the litter box. So spare you the details. I'll be taking him in Wednesday to get him checked out, so I'm sure he'll be fine. I honestly think it's more he's more having an issue with the antibiotics than anything more serious than that. But just wanted to give you guys the update. Archer's 11, and Winston is also around 11. I'm not sure the exact age Winston is, but he's younger than Archer for sure, but I don't know if he's 10 or 11. Yeah, they're close enough anyway. So let's go right into it. What the? Yeah. Aha. So this is a traffic stop. One of you guys took care of. One of you guys recommended it to me. The title is pretty straightforward, but it's basically what not to do when you are going to jail. So, I guess we're gonna find out what's going on here. But I appreciate you guys jumping in to watch, and let's go.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Why are you driving in the wrong way of traffic?
No, I just got changed around. I just moved here like 2 months ago.
Okay.
I just got changed around.
Okay. Do you understand what's going on though?
Yes.
You're going into oncoming traffic.
I know, and I just decided that it was better just to turn around really fucking quick. So,
Okay.
But I'm sorry.
Do you live here, or are you just trying to...
I just moved here.
No, but do you live here in like this apartment complex?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I didn't, but...
So you were just like, hey, I'm gonna turn around like coming in here.
I'm sorry.
Okay. This is your car?
Yes.
I'll look at your insurance
well,
too.
not my car, but it's my mom's. Because my car got kind of fucked up. I'm so sorry.
What happened to your car?
It's with my dad, like...
No, you said it got messed up?
Yeah, like, it has a bad oil change and stuff, so...
Okay. Is it insured?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Can I just have you step out? We'll go look it up on my computer, and I'll get you out of here.
Okay. Well, can I just look for the insurance real quick, because that's what you asked for first?
Sure.
Sorry, I just have, like, really bad social anxiety and stuff.
I get you. So, just a heads up, I don't want to be out here any longer than you do. We walk back to my car, I look it up on my computer, and I get you out of here.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead and step out for
Wait,
me.
what are you looking for?
Your insurance, your registration, I'm going to check your driver's license status, I'm going to do all that. Just go ahead and step out for me, ma'am.
Okay, but...
Do you have any weapons on you or anything I need to know about?
No, but that's the thing, is, like, I don't want to step out whenever you're asking for stuff.
Okay, well, we're past that. Just go ahead and step out. I'll walk you back to my patrol car, and then I'll talk to you back there.
Okay. Sorry, just, like, as an Indigenous person, and...
I don't know what you being an Indigenous person has anything to do with anything, but okay.
Right back here, please. Miss Perry? Am I...
Well, I'm non-binary, so...
Okay.
Okay.
What do you go by?
It's Kai.
How can I refer to you tonight? Kai?
Kai.
Okay. Hey, I'm smelling alcohol.
I know.
How much have you consumed tonight?
Like, probably 3 drinks.
3 drinks?
Oh, unorthodox. She says 3, not 2. Interesting.
Okay. Judging by driving wrong way on that street.
I know. That's the other thing that
Well,
I was
hang on.
thinking
Don't
about.
cut me off. Judging by how you're driving, the smell, I need to run you through some tests right now. Okay? That's why I have you out of the car. Once
That's the thing that I asked about before. I said, okay, so you're just giving me for my registration, and you said yes.
Yep.
And now you're running me for other stuff.
Yeah,
that I
I'm going to
didn't
run you through some
consent
tests to make sure you're safe to drive. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to turn off these blinking lights. That way they're not affecting your eyes as I go through your test tonight. You said you had 3 drinks? What kind of drinks would those be?
Rum and a cider.
Okay. Are we talking like a mixed drink? Are we talking a shot? What are we talking about?
Well, rum is going to be mixed drink. Cider is just cider.
Okay. Perfect. Stand facing me, please.
But I just want you to know.
Well, before she makes another excuse, if you guys are experiencing a desync in the audio and the video, I'm starting to notice that too myself. So I apologize for that.
That I also have very bad social anxiety.
You and me both.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate. I can relate. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do tend to respect people's pronouns, but I'm just going to just refer to her as her to make it easier for me and everybody else. I can relate to her for sure, but that's not going to keep you from having to do the test.
Okay.
Okay. Stand with your feet together, toes touching, arms by your side, just like I am. Hands outside of your pockets, please. I'm going to have you take those glasses off. You can fold them up, put them in one of your pockets. Perfect. I'm going to be going back and forth with my finger. I don't want you to move your head throughout this test. I just want you to focus on the tip of my finger, only moving your eyes. You obviously have glasses, so there's no contacts in your eyes right now, correct? Any recent head trauma, traumatic brain injuries, anything I need to know about?
Mental, yes.
Any recent head trauma, though? You haven't hit your head in like the last month or so? You have? Okay. What'd the doc say?
That I had a little concussion.
Okay, so concussions heal. Any long-lasting effects?
Sure. I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I know.
Is there anything that would prevent you from driving that
No.
car? Okay. Stand with your arms by your side, please. I want you to focus on the tip of my finger, okay? Focus on my finger, please.
I am. You're just like trying to intimidate me.
I don't know how I'm trying to do that. This is the test. I need you to take your glasses off, okay? Focus on my finger. Focus on my finger, please.
I am, but you're...
This is just how the test goes.
I know, but you're exaggerating it more than it needs to be right now.
This is just the test, okay?
I know.
When you stop and look at me, I have to redo a certain portion of the test.
Okay.
So just focus on my finger.
Well, as you know, as an Indigenous person, and there's a bunch of shit.
Oh my God.
around, I'm sorry, but it's just for me to be on my toes.
I get you.
Oh my God, lady.
Standing with your feet together, arms by your side.
Oh God. Just chill. It's a field sobriety test.
Stand on my light, if you would please. Face your vehicle.
Can you remember that I told you that I'm non-binary?
Yeah, I'll try my hardest. Okay? It's not something that I deal with every day, so I'll have the mistake of the habit, right?
Thanks.
So I'll refer to you as Kai, right?
Yes.
Perfect. I want you to imagine about a 4-inch wide line, okay? That 4-inch wide line is just gonna go from your right foot completely straight to the back of your car.
Mm-hmm.
Can you picture that 4-inch wide line? Can you picture it? Just a straight 4-inch wide line.
Yes.
Perfect. Hang on.
Do you want me, like...
I'm gonna go over some instructions before you do anything, okay? I need to know if you have any injuries or anything that would prevent you from doing a standard walk or turn tonight.
mental health?
Oh my God. I mean, I'm not trying to laugh about people with mental health issues. Believe me, I'm not. I really am not. But all the previous context leading up to this is just she is like Twitter. She is Twitter personified.
Any physical injuries?
Mentally, yeah. But no.
Nothing that would prevent you from just walking and turning. I saw you exit the vehicle. You walked over here just fine. No complaints of injuries.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mental PTSD, depression, anxiety.
You said PTSD too. Come on.
I get you.
What else you want?
Well, unfortunately, I'm just asking about
I know.
physical.
I know.
Okay?
I know you are.
So I want you to go ahead and put your left foot on that 4-inch wide line, just like I'm doing. Now with your right foot, place it in front of your left in a heel-to-toe touching manner with your arms by your side, just like this, ma'am.
I would have said Tumblr, but Tumblr doesn't exist anymore. So that's why they all migrated to Twitter. That's why they're saying she's Twitter personified. Maybe in 2014, I would have said, yeah, she's definitely Tumblr personified. But what's Tumblr, you know?
Not call me ma'am, please.
I'm trying my hardest.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It means a lot to me.
I'm trying my
I don't
hardest.
feel like a man, so
Okay.
it's kind of triggering.
Right.
Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God. All right. All right, don't worry. This is water. This is just water. I promise. But oh my God, I can't. She like this has to be she has to be a parody. Her entirety has just triggered me. Yes, I am triggered by every stereotypical word, cliche phrase that every like Gen Z freaking Gen Z college student. I'm trying so hard not to go political because it's very, very hard not to be political.
Foot in front of your left. Nope. Go back. I'm gonna place you in a position. Right foot in front of your left, heel to toe touching, just like I'm doing. Right foot in front of your left. Heel to toe touching, just like I am.
I'm sorry, but the whole man thing just like...
I apologize.
And Is she actually crying? She's actually crying. Because he said ma'am.
Apologize. Let's see if we can move forward from it. Arms by your side, heel to toe touching, just like I am. Hold on. I need you to get to this position, just like I am. Right foot in front of your left, heel to toe touching, arms by your side. Arms by your side. This is the starting position for the test.
That's what I'm doing.
You were in it. This is the starting position for the test. I don't want you to move or start the test until I tell you to do so. Can you go back to that position for me? Right foot in front of your left, heel to toe touching. Perfect. When I instruct you to do so, you're going to do 9 heel to toe steps. It'll look like this. 1, 2, 3. But on your 9th step, you'll plant your lead foot. With the foot behind it, you'll do a series of small turns, keeping this lead foot planted. You'll continue down the line. 9 heel to toe steps. 1, 2, 3. When I instruct you to start, you'll focus on each step, counting each step out loud. You'll keep your arms by your side, and you won't stop the test at any point until you're completely finished. Do you understand what I want you to do? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm just really anxious.
Okay, you have 0 questions?
No, but I just want to tell you that I suffer from really bad anxiety, especially with generational trauma and PTSD around white people and cops.
Generational trauma. Are you not cursing? Not cursing. Okay, calm down. She actually is arguing that she is suffering from PTSD because, assuming that she is indigenous, or that her family history is indigenous, that she's suffering from generational trauma against white people because of what white people did to her ancestors. So she wasn't a direct victim of any trauma. But because her ancestors suffer from it, she suffering from it. Against this white officer who has been nothing but courteous, accommodating, and understanding as much as he is able to. Thank you for the $20. The way I do these stops is to remember the crime. I stick with that, and the rest is for court to decide, not me. And I'm not buying that on Juneteenth.
It's just like a whole little thing.
Hang on, ma'am. I'm asking if you have any questions before I instruct you to start.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch around. 1, 2.
All right, I'm gonna bring you back to the first position I had you in, right in front of me, facing me. Facing me. This next test, I'm gonna ask you to lift a leg of your choice off the ground. It's gonna be about 6 inches off the ground. It's gonna be parallel with the ground. You'll keep your arms by your side. You're gonna focus on the tip of your toe, counting in 1000s. 1001, 1002, 1003. Your foot and leg will be straight the entire time. Parallel with the ground, leg completely straight. Do you have any questions?
1001, 1002.
Hold on. Go back to the starting position.
She's barely even paying attention at this point. I mean, I agree with most people in chat that FSTs are honestly a waste of everybody's time. I feel like we could do this better, but for God's sake, she's not even paying attention. She's not listening to him at all, or well, she's only half listening to him.
4,
Starting position.
6.
You didn't listen to what I said, did you? You didn't listen to what I said, man.
I know.
I said when I instruct.
Proving to you.
I said when I instruct you
I
to
know,
start.
and right now I just feel fucking harassed. So.
Okay. I said when I instruct you to
Okay,
start,
can you just count now?
you're gonna continue to
I am
count
getting harassed.
until I tell you to stop.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and begin.
He's not counting. I thought she was supposed to count. Or did I guess I missed that part.
Pick up where you left off, ma'am. I didn't instruct you to stop yet.
You said until 1006. 1000.
Oh, it's internally?
I said.
Okay.
All right, you go ahead and stop. I'm gonna speak with you right over here, okay?
No.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and place your hands behind your back.
Don't, dude.
Don't make it hard.
Please.
Don't make it hard.
No,
Don't. You're gonna get a resistance.
Dude,
You're gonna get a
I
resistance.
don't.
Don't resist.
Don't.
Listen to me. Don't resist.
Don't. You're being
Come
a
here.
white man and
Come here.
don't. Shit, like,
Don't resist.
Well, no, she didn't. And she just, you're a white man! Racism.
all of your shit.
Don't resist.
I found all of your shit. You're being a fucking white.
Don't resist.
Here, give us the other hand.
As an indigenous person, like, fuck you guys.
So you're to be placed under arrest for driving under the influence tonight, ma'am. What do you have in your mouth?
Nothing. Ew.
What do you have in your mouth?
Nothing. You guys are just scaring me.
Lift your tongue. Lift your tongue for me.
You guys are scaring me.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yes, there is. It's called fucking generational trauma.
Okay, walk around my vehicle.
Oh, I'm getting triggered. Oh, God. Oh, every time she says that, it just triggers me more. Oh.
Have a seat.
No.
Have a seat.
I mean, I will, but like, can I just say you guys are being fucking assholes about somebody who suffers from generational trauma, PTSD, and depression and suicidal tendencies?
Oh my God, she's just giving out the laundry list. Yeah, I should probably have got. I honestly didn't know. Look, guys, I didn't know it was going to be this bad, or else I would have broken out the heart rate monitor. But holy hell, she is giving out all the laundry list. Yeah, this. Oh my God, she hit Twitter bingo. She just listed out all of the bog standard mental health tags on her Twitter bio. Oh my God. Just indigenous, non-binary, depression, PTSD, God almighty, it's just everything, and the reality is she's drunk. Based on her speech, based on how he originally stopped in the first place, which was going around driving against traffic. That's how he caught her. That's how he stopped her in the first place. She made a, I guess, an illegal U-turn or something. It was driving against traffic. That's why he stopped her in the first place. Everything. She's drunk. She's just drunk, but she's just blasting every stereotypical far left progressive Twitter bio that you see everywhere. Oh man.
Yeah, can you go around?
Do you want me to put it in for you so you don't feel so
Nope.
fucking guilty?
I have this guy for
You
that.
fucking douchebag.
Rude. Is that not like a sexist a sexist insult? So I feel like calling him a douchebag is a very gendered insult. I don't know if she really would appreciate that insult being thrown at her way.
545 Sicko. Oh, that 41, 1015, 1047. Mouth free and clear. On my watch, 0254 hours. I'm gonna read something to you real quick. Listen to me, I'm about to tell you something important. You're under arrest for driving under the influence of intoxicating alcohol and or drugs. The New Mexico Implied Consent Act requires you to submit to a breath test.
Okay, I forgot to check the descriptions in New Mexico.
To determine the alcohol content of your blood. After you take our test, you have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, licensed nurse, or laboratory technician or technologist who is employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid for by the law enforcement agency.
I see you're shaking too, because your anxiety is bad, just as mine.
Do you want me to repeat that paragraph for you?
Yes, that's what I just
So if you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, a licensed nurse or laboratory technician or technologist who is employed by a hospital or a physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid for by the law enforcement agency, which is the New Mexico State Police. Do you agree to take our test? It's a yes or no.
I don't know right now.
So I'll continue on. I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. If you are convicted in court of driving while under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand? Your right to speak to an attorney or remain silent does not apply to the requirement of the New Mexico law that you take a breath test.
Does that include people with mental health problems or no?
Do you now agree to be tested?
I'm just asking if it also implies with people.
Applies to anyone and everyone that's arrested for driving under the influence. So do you now agree to be tested?
No, I'm just.
It's a yes or no, ma'am. I'm asking for 2 breath samples.
No. Can you read back the last two paragraphs?
The what?
He said read back the last 2 paragraphs because I am severely depressed. So.
So I'm requesting you submit to a
I think he called her ma'am again, but I don't think she caught it.
breath test. If you choose, you can request an additional chemical test. That will be paid for by us, the law enforcement agency. I'll give you a reasonable opportunity to arrange for that to happen tonight. If you refuse, like I said, I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year.
Okay. So if I get a lawyer that does that also.
So your right to speak to an attorney or remain silent does not apply to the requirement of the New Mexico law that you take a breath test.
There you go.
Okay, I assume New Mexico is among those states where it's an implied consent when getting a driver's license that your ability to get a driver's license means you have it's an implied consent to take a breathalyzer upon request to the officer. And I think he said refusal, and like all these states that have that, refusal is an automatic suspension.
So do you agree to take our test?
No, I want a lawyer.
Okay.
Thank you.
545 Cinco. What was that?
So can I just please call my mom?
Yeah, I can do that for you. I have your phone. Do you have a wallet that you want to go with you tonight?
Well, I mean, you took took it out of my pocket, so...
I took your phone out of your pocket.
Okay, well, where the fuck was that other motherfucker? White-ass motherfucker.
Oh.
I would like my wallet, please.
Okay.
Is that it? Yeah, so that was something else. That's for sure. Well, Pope, I know exactly who that is. Who is making the claim kind of chimes in from time to time. Always in for a good laugh. All right. So I think a lot of people, I know Mike, and also Natalie have covered this this hearing. So it's got to be good.
All right. Who do I have from the jail? Zachary Ladd?
I'll check it out, Hitchbot.
No. Who's at the jail? I have a gentleman at the jail. What's your name?
Oh my God. Are you okay?
I have a guy at the jail in orange. What is your name? Can you hear me? All right, Miss Adams, will you let the jail know that whoever it is doesn't seem to be able to hear me? All right, so I have, and I have Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of the people. So Mr. Goldstein, how do you want to proceed with Miss Hannawalt?
Your Honor, there is another felony matter that's set for an exam on the 6th of July. I think probably it would be best if we could get that matter.
I cannot move my
Either gets bound over, or we can then put all the cases together, or it gets.
can't move my hand anymore. And I think did he put, oh, I think he muted it by accident. He's sitting on my keyboard. Oh, wrong one, wrong button.
All right, who do I have from the jail? Zachary Ladd? No. Who's at the jail? I have a gentleman at the jail. What's your name? I don't think he has audio. I have a guy at the jail in orange. What is your name? Can you hear me? All right, Miss Adams, will you let the jail know that whoever it is doesn't seem to be able to hear me? All right, so I have, and I have Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of the people. So Mr. Goldstein, how do you want to proceed with Miss Hannawalt?
Your Honor, there is another felony matter that's set for an exam on the 6th of July. I think probably it would be best if we could get that matter to prelim. Either gets bound over, or we can then put all the cases together, or it gets dismissed and we can go from here on these cases.
All right, Mr. Malaro, I have Miss Rice present. So Miss Rice, want to come up to the podium? All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Stephanie Lynn Rice, file number 21-20664, FH, and 22-20716, FH. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Miss Rice, and I have Neer appearing on.
Should I be doing a headphone warning? I don't know. I haven't seen any of this, so I don't know what to expect.
Behalf of the people. So, couple things. Miss Rice, Mr. Coast has provided some information on Monday, June 5, 8:49. Mr. Coast stated that Miss Rice had a swab done on June 1 of 2023. She did not have the money to pay for it, but Mr. Coast did perform the test. Miss Rice, just for future reference, small children, it's never really appropriate to bring them here.
I understand.
The drug screen returned positive for methamphetamine, 1,000.
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so this is a bond violation hearing. Yeah, contempt. And she brought her kids with her.
And 121 nanograms per milliliter, which is actually at a dangerously high level. She was here today for contempt of court sentencing for failing to call on a daily basis directed. In this case, it's another violation. Can I speak on this? Not yet. So I had released her on a pair bond again. I mean, I've taken her into custody and released her before. Mr. Malaro, I'm going to ask that Mr. Coast do a contempt of court warrant on the violation of drug testing. But due to the levels, I have some grave concerns. It would be my intention to take her into custody today. Mr. Malaro, I know that she will probably want to speak with you.
Judge, if I may.
Yes.
So I have one more file. She's in the jail. And if the court's willing, I'd like to take care of that case. And then I'd like to come over and maybe we can get some progress done on Miss Rice's files, including what the court has just brought to my attention. So
Okay. All right, Ms. Rice, have a seat.
Do you guys want me in person upstairs for that too?
You don't have far to go, so if you want to, yeah.
yeah, it might be a good idea, Phoebe.
I
And
can
maybe
bring
you
my
and Mr. Galaro can chat in the jury room or something.
Okay.
I'll be over in a few
And Mr. Coast, you could probably pop back in.
Okay, sounds good, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Adams, could you have Mr. Coast come in, please? Or is he not-
Okay.
Huh?
He was doing a drug test on something.
Oh, okay, he might be busy. All right. So, Ms. Rice, why don't you come on and we'll take care of you. All right, this is in the matter that people of the state of Michigan versus Stephanie Lynn Rice, file numbers 21-20664 FH and 22-20716 FH. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Ms. Rice, and I have Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people. Darren Coast is present, is our pretrial services coordinator who did administer another test today. So we are here on a couple things today. One thing we are here on is a sentencing on a contempt of court, as well as a pretrial conference on the underlying file. Ms. Rice is charged with aggravated stalking, which carries a maximum penalty.
Aggravated stalking.
And or a $10,000 fine. We were previously set for trial, and now we are again set for, we are set for trial for August 1 for a one-day trial at 9 a.m. So with regard to first the pre-trial today, Mr. Malaro, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, I think if I understood Ms. Meir correctly, do you want me to do it or you want to do it? Okay, Ms. Meir is going to tell you what we're going to do.
Yeah, so, well, maybe, I guess I'll have Mr. Millar correct me if I'm wrong, but the people are in a bit of a, I guess, uncomfortable situation or bad situation in these cases.
Hey, Jennifer, thank you for the gifted membership.
And there was much rejoicing.
In preparation for the trial, I did meet with some of my witnesses, the victims in this case. And they are quite frankly just fed up with this at this point. And I, obviously I could make them come in and testify, but at this point, I don't think they really want anything to do with this. So it does put me in a difficult situation. So what I am asking of the court is a bit unconventional, but I think their exasperation with this case and with Ms. Rice does have to do with obviously the time delays, the fact that we've been set for trial before, I think even a year ago, and Ms. Rice has, on a number of occasions failed to appear. She now has these new drug screens. So I guess what I'm asking for the court, again, it's unconventional, but that I will dismiss these felony charges as well as the PPO violations and ask the court to sentence Ms. Rice to the maximum on the contempt of court. I think that would accurately reflect the delays in this case and the fact that I do have to dismiss because of the delays in this case that were mostly at Ms. Rice's cause, just her, again, not appearing, these positive tests. And that's what I would ask of the court. I don't know if she would plead guilty to those contempts or if the court would find
She
her
already
guilty.
pled guilty to.
Okay, perfect.
Sentencing
Yeah.
today.
And
Okay, so what it sounds like. Prosecutor saying this thing has been going on. The victims are just sick of it. They want it to go away. So she's saying, the prosecutor saying, as a compromise, we're going to dismiss the charges, but we want to sentence her. But because she's already pled guilty to contempt charge, we want to give her the maximum penalty for contempt of court as something.
Mr. Coast did advise me that the drug screen today was also positive.
Okay.
And today's drug screening was also tested positive. Wow. Well,
Malaro, are you going to object to full dismissing the underlying file as well as PPO violations?
Judge, no objection to any of that. The only other issue is clarification. I did inform Ms. Muir that I would be arguing the issue of how much time.
thank you, Deacon, for the $5. Also true.
That the court give.
Okay. All right. So, very good. I will move to the issue of sentencing on the contempt of court. So look through this file, go through this file. Waiver, discovery, adjourn. And this has been going on for about 2 years now, and it's a serious case. So, Ms. Rice, we should be grateful that it's being dismissed. Let's see. Trial release order. Yes. Are there new charges from this alleged incident that occurred the other day?
So there are new charges pending in district court that have already been filed. I think it's a trespass, but it might be just an assault.
I think it's an assault battery, Your Honor.
And then Mr. Coast advised us of an incident yesterday that may also have new charges.
Assault. Wait, so she's facing even more charges on top of everything else. Assault and battery, new charges. So clearly this lady is a train wreck, a complete train wreck. I feel so terrible for the kids. I have to wonder where the hell is dad? But
those will obviously be dealt with in district court separately. And I, again, don't want to dismiss these charges, but I think at this point, it's best to move forward and not make Ms. Rice's ex and son testify if it's not necessary.
Okay. All right, so with regard to sentencing today on the contempt court, are you ready to receive that, Mr. McLaren?
And Your Honor.
All right, do people have any position on sentencing before the court proceeds?
Just like I said, I do think the maximum on the contempt of court would accurately reflect the delays in this case. Time is often in favor of the accused, and it certainly has worked in Ms. Rice's favor in this case. But that being said, I think the maximum on the contempt is more than fair, given her number of positive tests, including today being positive. And given I could go back and see how many times this was delayed based on her non-appearance, but I don't have that figure right in front of me on both cases. And as well, that's not even counting the district court where she had failed to appear and was arrested and district court report was found over, so.
All right,
Thank you.
Mr. Millar, anything you'd like to say on behalf of Ms. Rice?
I would, Judge. Judge, I have represented Ms. Rice, I think, almost since the time I started the public defender's office.
Oh boy.
So I'm very well acquainted with Ms. Rice and all of her legal troubles. That being said, Judge, none of this is an excuse for her behavior.
I always, my heart always goes out to the public defenders who have to deal with turd sandwiches and figure something out. I mean, shout out to you guys. You guys are always put in the worst position.
Here, but 3-4 years ago, it's very well. First of all, and I think this court's also well acquainted with Ms. Rice as well. Whatever happened prior to that is certainly
Yes.
a great deal on her emotion, how she handles things at an emotional level. And I think as we all know, when we let emotions take control of our decision-making process, we usually make bad decisions. And Ms. Rice is engaged in counseling and therapy and will probably need it for a very long time to help her get past that area where she lets her emotions take control of her decision-making process. That being said, there are times where she is she has some good attributes. One is she's a good mother. And I know that this court could argue and
Is she?
Argue and state that how can you be a good mother if you're using drugs that you shouldn't be using? And there's no debate with that. But by all accounts, through her CPS case, which I handled, and through today, her primary focus for the last 3 years has been her children. She has 2. She is the primary caregiver. The fact that CPS has closed the file on her shows that she's committed to continuing to be a good mother.
That was quite a while ago.
About 10 months, maybe. I think it was December, October. But she has continued to make strides to getting housing, getting the services she needs. Guardian, the last time we were in on that case, had no issues with her as her parenting skills. Ms. Rice faces many challenges, Judge. She was in district court yesterday.
For snickety take for the 499, he should argue that she suffers from generational trauma-induced PTSD and anxiety.
And I was present for that hearing, and the judge, spoke to her. And one of the things that's apparent is Ms. Rice has so much burdening her. Children, these pending cases, which I think if we can get them, if these are finally resolved today, will be a great help in getting her past that. Remove those stressors that I think will help her life settle down somewhat, and she can spend more time focusing on her children. I think she tends to put too much emphasis on things and uses that as a way to justify some of her behavior, such as not appearing in court, not attending certain things. And I certainly understand the state's point of view on this and their situation. But I think this is a good resolution. I think that the longer she's in jail, the more risk her children are. And so with all of that being said, Judge, and knowing Ms. Rice and knowing
Also true.
she actually has a Kate, she has to be in district court on this assault charge this morning yet. But I told her to come here first, and she did. I'd ask the court to use its wisdom and fashion the most appropriate and lenient sentence as to any jail time as it possibly can. That would be our request on Ms. Rice's behalf.
Ms. Rice, is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to go stand at the podium for me.
Guys, I'm good. I'm okay with the vet bills. I promise. I'm going to be using that care credit thing that y'all suggested.
3 years ago,
And
Eleanor was born at Toledo Children's Hospital. Her meconium came back. With methamphetamine in it. And I had not touched it. I had never touched it. And so they did a very extensive and intrusive test through ProMedica. Eleanor had zero withdrawal. Zero. They monitored her for 6 hours. She had zero withdrawals. Not one withdrawal did she have. None. Because I wasn't using that drug, but the drugs that I take through my Dr. Noble. And Dr. Noble told me and my case manager this in her office. They cause a false positive. When Memphis was born, his meconium came back with the same exact test results, but they didn't even go through what they went through. They didn't call CPS. CPS never got called because they knew that it was verbatim the same exact as Eleanor's. My kids will lose everything, and I have worked really hard to get where we're at. We will lose it all. When I went to jail this last time, I lost my daycare for my kids, which is why I had to bring them to court. I reapplied. I started all over. I started all over all of my stuff again.
I need to give him his pain medication.
I need to be able to fight that because it's a lie.
I think he's hurting.
She put her hands on me and my kids.
All right, so ma'am, I don't want you to talk about any pending cases because everything you say can be used against you because this is a court record. All right.
Also true.
Talk about events that occurred on new cases. Say that to your parents.
I know that my kids will be in foster care if I go to jail. I don't have anybody to watch them. Their dad has not seen them in over 2 months. I've climbed out of my trenches. I've climbed out of them by myself. I've worked by myself with them in tow, and we need each other, and they need me, and I'm not using.
Mr. Coast, you administered a test today to her, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did she test positive for anything?
Tested positive for the THC, amphetamines, and also methamphetamines.
Now, we know she's on Adderall, but her levels were extremely high, so that would be more than it would cause a positive
Correct,
test.
and to her previous test was a swab that was actually sent to the lab. I did talk to the lab. They said the only thing that would make methamphetamine turn positive is methamphetamine. We'll do a false positive because of the Adderall.
True.
All right, so Ms. Rice, back, now I realize that you completed a CPS case.
Yeah. Again, I'm no pharmacist, but you know, the what I take for my ADD, maybe an amphetamine, but I don't, and it's a controlled substance for sure, but I don't think it's meth.
You had your children placed in your care, and the case was closed in October. But what I will tell you, what I've seen is you go downhill since then. I'm talking now, not you. So on April 17th of 2023, there was a motion affidavit and bench warrant because you failed to call into pretrial services coordinator. They're imposed on a daily basis. There were no call-ins from 4/10 of 23 to today. It's date on April 17th. Let's see. I have a drug screen collected April 6th of 23 that shows a positive test for methamphetamine. So then, let's see, we'll go to the next one. On May 16th, May 16th of 2023, you failed to appear for warrant on May 16th of 2023. Issued bench.
Failure to appear.
Let's see, this one was filed April 18th. Try to call in. Let's see. Repair bench warrant arraignment. I have a failure to appear.
Another failure to appear.
Arraignment on May 16, signed by me on May 16. I have pretrial release order to comply with CMH recommendations and medications. We've got multiple tests that were sent in on a swab showing your levels are dangerously high. So,
Dangerous.
Ms. Rice, I'm talking. So, Ms. Rice, I
Nope.
have great concerns about your mental health, your physical health, and your just defiance from day one of the court's orders, and also a downhill spiral that I'm seeing in your behavior. Court's orders are in place, and while I have great sympathy for your trials and tribulations, I also feel that you have taken advantage of that to some extent, and trying to manipulate the court. But based on just the overwhelming issues I've had for you, with you and your failure to comply with court orders, I think you got off very lucky today because the charges are being dismissed. But I am going to sentence you to court or to jail for 93 days.
Please don't do my kids with your father again. Please don't.
93. That's it. I was expecting 306. By max, I was expecting 364 days, but 93 days. I feel like she could have gotten worse.
Please,
Get
Judge.
credit for any time you've already served.
Can you please
You're
just
outside.
give me
Thank
a
you.
try, please,
No.
Judge? Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. My kids are gonna be in foster care. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Don't touch me.
Nope, don't do it.
I can't do 93 jails. Can I pay? Please, can I bond out? Can I pay? I can't do this, please.
You're gonna get credit.
Please. This is why I don't come.
You're gonna get credit.
Let me go, please.
No.
Please let me go. Okay, but I can't breathe. I can't breathe this way.
I can't breathe. Everybody's hitting the cliche lines today.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I need some water. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Please, can I have some water? I can't breathe. No, I can't walk. I can't walk. No, I can't. I can't walk like this. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't talk to me like that. I can't do it. I can't breathe.
I'll take it off. But I've heard that for 4 years. So I get to get one last time. 3 years. Every time we're in court, I hear that.
Well, the problem that I do hope, I hope she does, Deacon, but given how long they've been experiencing, they've been dealing with her, it seems like the problem that we're having is that she doesn't want help. I feel like after so many chances, after so many opportunities, you have to see like she doesn't want help. And as I feel like you see it a lot of times in these situations when their luck runs out, when the court gets sick of it, and now they are facing the music of actual jail time, that's when they a lot of times they put on the waterworks.
And there was much rejoicing. And there was much rejoicing.
Yes, it must be 8 p.m. I agree that meth is something difficult to stay off of. I'm not necessarily discounting that, but
And there was much rejoicing. And there was much rejoicing.
all right, it's gonna keep on doing that. But thank you guys. I'm gonna stop it here, but I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go give Archer his meds. I think he needs his pain medication for sure. I wasn't like I said, I wasn't able to give him his medication this morning because he got very angry and like hid in the litter box. And I was almost already late for work, so I need to go take care of him. But I want to thank you guys for helping me out here. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you all of you for your tips and donations. I will give you guys updates on Archer as we go along. I have an appointment set for Wednesday. Hopefully they can give him some fluids and kind of figure out, what we can do to make sure he keeps his food down. So, all right. Thank you guys again. Take care. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Adios.
My bitch a choosy